White's residential has been open for 168 years, and we serve students throughout the entire state of Indiana, and they can be DOC step-down placements. They are referred by probation, the Department of Child Services, and sometimes the Department of Education as well.
White's, they have a mission that is a family approach. They take that kid and their staff believe in that mission.
We have 9 cottages that our students live in.
The model that we have is we have house parents, and they're, for other facilities, they're probably called direct care staff, but their role is really the day-to-day, a lot of the daily skills, relationship building.
Ideally, we're going to provide them stability, love, care, and so that they understand we're not here as, a source of correction as much as we're here to help them to grow, because oftentimes at home, they're not getting that.
Everything we do is focus on building a relationship with the kids. We have a greenhouse and a Growing Teens for Life program where our students are learning skills that make them employable. We teach students how to be lifeguards. We have some students who are working on college classes. So we're not only addressing the immediate needs and the behaviors that got them here, but we're addressing those and teaching them how to be more successful in the future. We sit on over 800 acres in rural Indiana, and that allows us to have some unique opportunities for recreational activities. We have a girls' fitness room, we have 2 gyms, we have a weight room, we have 2 ponds that students are able to fish in, play basketball, ride bikes. We participate with PbS, and so in April 2017, when we received the data collection information, it really stood out to us very quickly where we needed to focus. We did not score where we wanted to with the percentage of youth who reported that staff show respect. So we reached out to one of our cottages that had a cottage council that was functioning very well, and we actually tasked the students to help us bring cottage council into the other cottages.
And that's received so much better from a youth than you have an authority figure saying, hey, this is what we're going to do, this is how you're going to do it. No, this is your peer saying, hey man, this has worked for me, I've struggled here. That element of that buy-in from the youth kind of increased the, hey, you know what, my opinion does matter. I actually do feel respect that someone's listening to what I have to say.
Cottage council traditionally starts with good news. Who's earned credits this week? Who's getting home passes? Whose court went well? I work in a substance abuse cottage, so the next thing we move into is relapse thoughts. Who's struggled with, wanting to use this week? And then we move into problems in the cottage. Guys saying whatever's bugging them. And then we end with encouragements, where everybody goes around and they encourage the person next to them. So I like that we start positive and positive.
We're kind of like leaders at the cottage, and whenever one of the staff or the kids have an issue, they'll come talk to us, or if they don't feel like talking to staff, then they can come talk to us as like another person to talk to.
Before we implemented the council portion of the cottage, the guys felt like they had no voice. We were just there to run their lives for them. Any of us like to know that we're heard, and that we actually have a say in our lives. And so for those guys, that's just so empowering.
There's a lot that goes into who sits on the council. They're actually elected by their peers. We've tried to build it up to be something that you achieve, that you work towards, that's a goal of something to have happen for you while you're here.
Well, I'm vice president on cottage council. I think it feels good to be a leader. I finally get people to look up to me, because nobody's ever looked up to me before, and now they do. I feel empowered to be a leader and to help others with my opinion and to let them hear my voice as long as it's still respectful.
I think the biggest thing is it helps them find their voice and to learn to use their voice in a positive manner. And so they get very comfortable in coming up to you saying, hey, I disagree with that, or I feel slighted. I love a kid who comes in who for the first month in cottage council just stares at everyone like they have 3 heads, who by the end has moved himself into a cottage council officer position, and he's mentoring other kids, and he's sitting down with them, and he's helping them in crisis, and he's encouraging them. And so I love to see them develop that and blossom into that person. Just seeing that kid get what he's never had.
Performance-based standards, PbS, really does collect a lot of data, and those help you in making sure that you're doing the right things for the youth and making sure that your staff are doing well, but also they look at other things as far as programming and what the youth is receiving. So they want to make sure that the kids are not just being safe, but also getting the treatment that they need in order to succeed.
We want our students to come in and be accepted for who they are and to then grow as a person, so when they leave us, they know how to seek change appropriately. They know how to advocate for what they feel is right. We are teaching our students how to be an active voice in their own lives.